Hi, everybody. Meteorologist Joe Cioffi. Weather in 5 days in 5 minutes. Brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware at 1226 North Wellwood Avenue, Babylon, New York. Entire New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, tri-state area, and beyond too, because folks come from all over. If they can't find rock salt where they are, Omni's got plenty of rock salt and all the great snow and ice melt products out there. So get ready for winter with whatever it is you need, because they have it there with the lowest prices. 631-756-1125, and the website is omnitruevalue.com. So another day of gloom and doom. See on the satellite loop, it's still in that southwest flow, still waiting for the cold front to pass. We've got not only a few showers that have been coming through from time to time, but we also have patchy, dense fog with temperatures in the upper 50s to even over 60 degrees in some places. The radar, at least, in terms of any steadier rain, is not too bad. There's some rain here at as of 1:20 Eastern time in southeastern New England. Also, some rain up back into western Massachusetts and upstate New York, but there are large gaps. And the precip you see to the south, moving off southern New Jersey down into Virginia, North Carolina, then back through Tennessee, northern Alabama, northern Georgia, that's not really going to be an issue for the Northeast and for the northern Mid-Atlantic states. Once the front pushes far enough east, you should start to see some genuine. Now, as far as precip goes for the next several days, really don't see very much until we get to Sunday into Monday. We've got 2 week lows that are going to be moving through. One Friday night to Saturday, which really won't amount to much. The second one will be later Sunday into Monday. And this is where WPC, the weather prediction folks, they're not showing a whole lot of precip here, mainly a few hundredths to maybe 1 or 2 tenths, then a bit more on top of that when the low moves offshore early on Monday. But it is possibly going to be in the form of some of the white stuff. And we've got the long range outlook here from the Weather Prediction Center. This is the probability that they use a quarter of an inch of liquid of snow and sleet, the equivalent of, which would translate to 2 to 3 inches. It's a 10 to 30% chance, and you see that most of that probability is showing up inland, north and west of New York City, north and west of Philadelphia, in fact, even north of Allentown. So northeastern Pennsylvania, northwest New Jersey, the Hudson Valley, maybe down to about Route 84 or even 287, and then into western Connecticut. They may have to do a little expansion here, I think, when we get closer. I want to see more guidance as we move forward to see how real this is, because we have a low that's basically running into this blocking pattern. The first one on Friday, and we are going to chill down over the next couple of days. It's going to be a slow bleed of cold air coming down from this first low that you see on Friday in eastern Iowa has very little support with it, and that support actually weakens as it moves southeastward. So it disappears. It's coming into the block. It can't move northeast, so it's just going to go to the point of the path of least resistance, which is the east and southeast, and then it dies out. There's a storm out in the Atlantic, way out northeast of Bermuda, storm system there. So that limits the amount of room for a system to survive and and to intensify. Meanwhile, there's a second low. See it here moving east. There it is. It's in western Ohio, also coming into the block. This one has more support to it. The ocean storm at this point is moving away, so there's a little bit more room. The low is forced. This is Sunday morning. The low is forced southeastward off the coast of Delaware by the time we get to Sunday evening, and then it starts to move to the northeast from there. And you can see what the GFS does with it. The other models are doing the same idea here, where it's got some wet snow. Cold air is going to be bleeding down from northeast with this big high. It's off the map, but there's a very strong high up in northern Quebec, Labrador, and colder air bleeding southward. It might just get cold enough that we could see a little bit of snow out of this. come later Sunday night into Thursday. Might even change over to some snow before it ends near. Low probability at this point, but enough is on the map. Enough on the maps today that I think it was worth putting on the table. Otherwise, I think the weekend should be going to pick a weekend day. At least it'll fine for Thursday into Friday, and Saturday doesn't look too bad. Although temperatures are going to be back down in the low to mid 40s for daytime highs, and maybe even colder than that as we get into Sunday and Monday. Weather in 5 is brought to you by Omni True Value Hardware at 1226 North Wellwood Avenue in West Babylon, New York. 631-756-1125. The best prices in town. OmniTrueValue.com is the website. So, just beware of the patchy, dense fog that's around and still maybe a couple of hit or miss showers. Joe and Joe Weather Show tonight is at 7:35 Eastern Time, so back to its regularly scheduled time. So we hope to see you then, and I think we'll probably have a little more info on what's going on, both short term and for the long term.